How's everyone going? Welcome back to another Carriage 998 model railway unboxing video. We know by the title what it is, so time for another one of these small little pack things. Third one in the lot. Alright, so today we're going to take a look at the Kato Series 100. So we've done the N700, which was the first video. N700A. We've done the what's it called, Series 0. Got the 100 today. I am attempting to eventually complete all of the JR West Shinkansen, so that will be the 300, 500 and 700 to go, possibly even the N700S. We'll see. Anyways, but that's for the well future. Anyways, so again we've got so today's one is the 354 Series 100 Series Shinkansen, the Grand Hikari. Purchased from an Australian shop. The price is on the box as well too. But yeah, so it's basically standard, same sort of packaging as the Series 100, Series 0. So it's, we'll take out the sleeve, same sort of little covering thing. Basically all look identical if it didn't have that sticker. Very nice sort of briefcase. On the side we have the product code, and it's the standard set. So this is the 6 carriage set. The first of 3 sets. There's a 4 car and then another 6 car to create the full length train. Eventually one day we'll also acquire those, and they will then we'll complete the review video of this model. Sliding it open, we've got our little piece of foam. Still don't know what this is for, and obviously our information pamphlet. We'll obviously get some better shots of it, but it's pretty much our standard. I can't read anything sort of thing, but shows how to couple them up. Sort of formation. There are 4 pantographs on the full-length train and 4 double-deck carriages. So, and the spare accessories as usual. And we also have our little Desto stickers. Not stickers, adhesives. Not adhesives. Decals. Don't know what I'm on about. So this time the weird thing is the train doesn't actually fit in the box fully. I'm not sure if that was because the shop had done something or whatever, but it doesn't actually fit the boxes nearly as tightly as all the others. So if I was to flip this over, everything does fall out. We also have this up the top. These are our catenary electronics, I think, if I recall. Which goes up the very top. Don't think there's anything else in there. I can't actually see from my sitting position, which is the biggest problem with the way that I do my videos out here. But oh well. Let's bring out the units. Obviously, that's our lead unit, not power unit. It's only our lead unit. Carriage number 1. Second unit, which has our pantograph fitted, which is carriage number 6. Our first of the double deck carriages, which is carriage number 7. Carriage number 10. So that means 8 and 9 are part of the extra pack. Obviously it's said in instructions, but I didn't read it. We have carriage number 11. This is our power unit, so closer towards the back than it is to the center, but there's also a big piece of metal. There's a metal weight on the bottom, which is kind of interesting. The Series 0 didn't have that, so she's actually got pretty weighty. She's also got traction tires and stuff fitted, so yeah. And obviously our final power unit, our final driving unit in this case, is our carriage number 16, and has it has no pantograph on the top despite having the pantograph wings, which is really interesting. Not 100% sure why that is, but it looks like it shouldn't even have the wings fitted. Not sure. This is for the 16-car rake, of course. Don't know it. I think the 6-car rake might be slightly different. Not 6-car, 8-car rake might be slightly different. So that might be why they have that there, and you can fit your own pantograph, but I'm not 100% sure. All I know is it shouldn't have a pantograph on the last carriage anyways. So let's get a close-up view as usual, and also we'll do a bit of its brief history and sort of things like that. Our normal standard precautions. Catch you in a moment. Alright, for the sake of not having too many double ups, so we've got the carriage, carriage 10 and carriage 16 off to the side. So we're going to have a look at carriages 1, 6, 7 and 11. So yeah, first things first is first impressions, obviously. So it's not not our close-up shots yet. The coloured brag is just stop them from rolling. I'm hoping that that's not going to cause too much of a distraction and not too much changes in the colours. But yeah, the problem is because most of the units are unpowered, things roll quite easily on the table. Yeah, so that's the 4 carriages of the set which we've picked to have a look at. They look nice, obviously. They are very crisp in their artwork. This is the JR West livery, the older, the more current for the Hikari and Nozomi services. I think they were eventually repainted into like a newer livery with like a grey and green. Our main driving unit in the foreground. We did nice sharp nose. It's honestly sharper than the Series Zeros. Full interior like the 700s and the Series Zeros. Of course, lighting kits are available to put internal light. I think the lighting kits are available for these ones. I can't recall. I'll have to confirm that again as well. We've got our JR logo on the side, and we've got our coupling system. So the couplings for this one looks like that it utilises the gangway to couple up, unlike the Series Zeros, which utilise the standard N-gauge couplers, and the Nozomi, the N700As, which utilised a clip mech, their own proprietary clip mechanism, which I guess this is the same anyway as well. So we've got our pantograph on the second carriage. Again, the pantograph does go up. There we go. Which is nice. It's a nice little bit of detail. Obviously, it's very fragile, very small little stuff. But yeah, we've got our double deck carriage. Kind of looks cool having a random double deck seating carriage. So obviously top level and bottom level, with the lines going straight to the centre. Obviously the carriage is slightly higher than all the others because you need to fit that that second deck. We never got into double deck because in Australia, in Victoria, we did have one double deck train which did get scrapped in 2006 because well, it was having a lot of problems. It was having like running problems, and it was also having problems with it sideswiping a lot of platforms because of the sway in and out of platforms. So it never worked with us, unlike it did in New South Wales. And then we've got our power unit, which is just I would assume it's just a standard sitting car. But yeah, so that's our first impressions of it. Looks very nice, looks pretty accurate to my knowledge anyways. Of course, for the close-up views, I will take a look at some proper images and do some proper comparisons to make sure that it really is that correct. But for first impressions, they do. It looks crisp. It looks like as they should be. Obviously, they're not in service anymore. They got retired in 2010, if I recall. So yeah, let's do the history and well, get a close-up view of each of these 4 units. The 100 Series Shinkansen is the 3rd generation high-speed train that was built to cater to the growing demand on the Kato and Sanyo Shinkansen lines. The units were first introduced in 1985, and although numbered the 100s, they are actually younger than the 200 series introduced for the eastern region. There were 1,056 carriages constructed by various Japanese railway manufacturers, which made up 66 16 carriage sets. In comparison to the older 0 series units, the 100 series has a distinct sharper nose and is not powered by every bogie. A unique feature of the class was the 4 double-deck carriages, which operated as dining carriages during the flagship Hikari services. The initial code for the trains were the X, G and V sets that primarily differed in the services, offerings and sometimes operational standpoints of the different trains. In their later years, and with replacements for the type now in service, the sets were shortened and relegated to slower Kodama services. the sets were shortened to 4 and 6 carriage sets, fully removing the double-deck carriages. The last of the class was retired from service with JR West in 2012 after 27 years of service. 5 carriages are made into preservation, including one of the original double-deck carriages from set X1. Alright, so we'll take a look at these 4 units, hopefully not spending too much time on them. I can confirm from looking at some images that she's pretty well correct, mostly. There are lighting kits available as well, so just zooming in even more. So yeah, I've actually chocked the wheels this time, so we don't need that weird thing underneath it, the cloth. So yeah, so she's got directional headlights. It should work toward, not 100% sure away, but there's no reason why it wouldn't work on the away as well. We can see the sharpness of the nose and all the internal details as well. Got little bits of roof detailing for the air conditioning and fans. And yeah, and little decals on the side of the doors, and carriage number 1. We've got our JR logo there as well, and obviously that little window at the end, that's where you put your destination. That has to be put on separately. You got your proprietary gangway system, proprietary connection gangway, so it does lock into the gangway, and the gangway does move around, which is really nice. And then onto the other side, basically a replication of the other side. This is carriage number, if the camera's going to be able to focus on that for me, carriage number 3009. So it's a 103,000 unit, if I recall from the way the numbering works. So yeah, that's our first unit. She's also got she looks very nice, obviously, and this nice clean white livery, a bit like the 700A, unlike because the Series 0 is in a bit of a creamy colour. Anyhow, let's swap over to the next unit. We'll do... Alrighty, here we go. This is carriage number 6, the pantograph carriage. Again, it's pretty much your standard sort of sitting carriage. Got all your seats on the inside, your roof detailing, bit of undercarriage detailing as well. Not that much though. This is a very small scale after all. 1 in 1/50th scale, if I recall, is the numbering for this. And as I say, your pantograph does work. Which attempt to pop that up. It's not popping up for some reason. There we go. So it's a double arm pantograph. Most trains don't use those in these. Not many trains use them these days for modern locomotives. Most of them they use single arm pans. So including the Shinkansens. Nice little printing again. This is carriage number 30443. So there we go. Alright, not really too much to say about it. It's just looks really nice as usual. So we'll time to jump over to one of the double-decker carriages. Okay, carriage number 7. Here we go. Yeah, it's just a note. It's not a sitting carriage from what I found out. It's a dining carriage. So there's there's tables and stuff on the top deck. So yeah. Again, as expected from the quality, we get all our proper decals. Green car. I love the very small wheels as well. Carriage number 3009. And you can don't worry about what's on that wheel. That's just a bit of blue tack just on the wheel just to stop it from rolling around. So that's what I'm using to chock them. Again, same gangway system. From what I noticed, one side, like on this end of the carriage, it's like a flat. It's got like a lip sort of end, which is supposed to show that it's connected to like the carriage behind. And then on the opposing side has like a full double end, which is supposed to go into the next double deck carriage. So yeah, So there we are. It's a nice close look of it. So we'll go to our final carriage, which should be the motor unit or a standard, basically a standard sitting car. Alright, so there it is. This one doesn't even need to be chocked because it's got a motor, so it won't roll anyways, which is really cool. So yeah, it's just should be our standard sitting car. It looks actually, looking at the seating on the inside, well obviously there's a flat plane because you need to be able to fit a motor down there, flat motor. So yeah, we can see on this end it has like that little roof thing that's supposed to go into the back of the into the other end of the double deck. So you got one of these for the single deck carriages, and you got the other one for the double decks. Again, pretty much the same sort of quality as all the other carriages. Very nicely painted, very clear in the decal numbering. Carriage number 11. And what number are we going with? That looks like a guard's door though, if I recall, because of the slightly larger door. I'm not 100% sure. That's what it is for our trains anyways. 3709 is our carriage number for this unit. So there we are. Just for the sake, this is carriage number 7. That's what I want. I want the other one, carriage number 10. Just for the sake of things, if I just quickly move it down, you'll have, after you couple them up, that's the sort of thing I'm talking about with the roofing, how you've got the shape which correlates with the other sides. So yeah. Anyhow, I think that's probably it for our closer look at the units, and we'll go over to the layout and give her a quick run. Alright, so we finally made it to the layout. It's probably been a few months since the actual last part. It's now winter in Melbourne, so that shows how long it's been. It's been a while since I've been able to put this up. I haven't had the time, nor have had the purpose, because I'm doing quite a few other stuff at the same time. So we've got the Series 100 currently back in its box, purely because it's easy to transfer it like that. So let's get to putting it on. 26 carriages. There's nothing like the Series 0 next to it has actually got only 6 carriages at the moment because it won't fit in the siding without it. So shouldn't be too hard. It's pretty much nice and easy to slide on. It's also built on the whole layout's on a slight tilt, so they'll always roll back towards it. So I'll bring the camera in a bit closer so we can get the the rest of the train put on. Alright, everything has now been set up. We're just going to shift it back a bit so the whole train's actually in frame. It's died. As expected, it's running very nicely. Parked a bit further than I thought. I thought the framing, I can't actually see the camera when I'm running. Sorry about that. I have actually partly tested the motor a little bit already because my main worry was, for warranty's sake, having it sitting in a box for a while probably wasn't a good idea. So I had already ran the motor a little bit, hadn't ran it in or anything. So this is also kind of running in. I do realise I'm not supposed to run it with a full lot, but I haven't had any problems with the others, so it's probably not the best to do it like this, but here we go. I'm going to do the running in with the weight on the train, so it's going to have all 6 carriages. So yeah, eventually we'll also go for the full rake of carriages, so full 16 carriages I think it is. We'll go for we'll eventually get the rest of them. When we do that, we don't know. 16 carriages just fit on this layout, so. Alright, let's send her off. Alright, so we've halted the running in of it. but for some reason this rear carriage is derailing. Not sure why that is. It's that back wheel that keeps on coming off on basically all the corners. Don't know if the corner's too tight for it. Don't think it is. It's not really a problem. The front end doesn't have any problems, so just gonna pull the train back. It is, since that the second unit is the motor unit. Probably a specific way that they're supposed to be orientated as well, but I might actually have the motor unit back to front, which is kind of interesting. I'm pretty sure these things are supposed to face inwards, so I may have had it back to front. Just something obviously not easy to tell when it's not a localized unit. Just have to push it further up onto the straight because it's easier to couple up onto the straight, and you can literally just push them together. Well, I guess let's give this a go and let's hope that it makes it around. I think there's a problem with, might be a cornering problem with that gangway. So yeah, let's follow along with the train a bit, I guess, instead of actually stopping to take. Where's the controller? That's going the wrong way. So let's go. At least we know she's got the working lights and stuff. Here she goes again, she's been lifted up and she's derailed. And she's actually no longer... yeah. Okay, that's very odd. The whole unit is basically tilting upwards when it's going around that corner. Don't know why that is. I think it's probably a good idea we push it back. Oh, there we go. She's actually just tilted like that again. I think we need to try to catch it on mid-turn, see if we can find out what's going on. Because, yeah, this is not off to a good start. This is obviously something that shouldn't happen. Don't think she has that much of a problem going at slow paces. Right, there we go. She's actually half tilted at the moment. Interesting. So, I need to go and identify what's going wrong here. I feel like it's probably the gangway just locking up or something. But yeah, let's find out what's going on. And I will be back, hopefully with some good news. I'm just going to jump in quickly just as we start off. It's running in the return direction. It's been a few days since the video was started, and the running in on the forward direction was also done in a different day to the running of the reverse, so there we go. In any case, supposedly I've managed to sort the issues out with that unit, where it's no longer causing the rear driving unit, carriage number 816, to actually derail, so there we go. Just needed a little lubrication. I think the pegs may have been on slightly too tight, so, and because it was rubbing on metal instead of like plastic. So we'll get a few more shots of it running in reverse, and then we'll pull up the at the end of the running in to well, conclude this video. Alrighty, so that's the running in done of the Series 100. So I'm actually on the wrong side of the layout at the moment, so give me a second just as I jump back over, because it's very hard to maneuver when you're on this side of the layout. I'm mainly here for actually grabbing shots. So you have the other end of the Shinkansen. Righto, so it's a bit easier to do stuff on this side because it means I can also control it, actually drive it. I haven't parked up next to the Series 0 because they were the next generation of each other, sort of. Technically the next one was the Series 200s, but those operated more in East Territory if I recall, so since I'm looking more at the JR West area in terms of their fleet, that's why this is what I've acquired. So what can I say for, well, more or less final words? I think we'll get it moving, so we have something to listen to as it moves. You shouldn't derail anymore. That's better. Yeah, apologies about the sniffling. It's quite cold at the moment as well. But in any case, what can we say? Despite that little issue, he does just operate really nicely. Something different in the first one to have double deck for my fleet. Yeah, he does look nice. He definitely looks a lot more detailed than the Series 0 next to it, because it looks like he uses a newer tooling. Series 0 is kind of using a slightly older tooling, as you can tell by the fact that he uses the more standard couplers compared to something like this one, and even the 700 that uses a proprietary system which allows it to have gangways that curve. But yeah, so you realise I don't run with hands up either, because well, there's really no point to, and there's little things that I can't be bothered breaking. But yeah, so I think that's probably all for this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed joining us for another unboxing, initialization, whatever, first look video of another model. Of course, we will be back again for a full-on review once the rest of the set has been acquired, so all 16 carriages, because you do the reviews with the complete set. In fact, technically the Series 0, the Series 0 and the N700 would be the first to be done, because their extra carriages should be coming in first. So even though I should have probably ordered them all at the same time, but that's beside the point. In any case, I hope you guys have enjoyed. Thank you all for watching. You can have your own thoughts about what you think of the model. Of course, I'll come back through and really how the model operates and all that sort of stuff, and even taking a look inside, sort of. But yeah, thank you all for watching. We'll catch you all next time.